Good morning. If you'd like to, please rise in body or spirit. And we're going to start today by learning a new hymn. We sang this last week, but if you weren't here, you may not remember it. This is called For the Beauty of the Earth by Leah Davis. And it has three parts. The first part goes like this. Do we have it up on the screen? Perfect, thank you. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. We'll do it one more time. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. That's great. Then there's a part two, which goes like this. And grateful we raise, grateful we praise, grateful we raise, grateful we praise. And it repeats. Grateful we raise, grateful we praise. Great. You got it. And then there's a third part. It's a little higher. It goes like this. Source of all. Source we raise our hymn of praise. Source we raise our hymn of praise. And repeat. Source we raise our hymn of praise. Source we raise our hymn of praise. That's great. Okay, now with the help of the band, we're going to do it all the way through. If I give you two, that means your section sings part 2. 3 is 3, and you know the numbers. Okay, ready? Here we go. Where the choir comes, everybody. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, for the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Over here, sing part 2. Grateful we raise, 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 grateful we raise. Everybody on one. Beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. One more time. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Great job. Please be seated.
We pause this morning from the chaos of the world to reclaim the beauty within these walls that carry us through our week.
We lift this community onto our shoulders with pride and grace-filled expectations for our children and our children's children.
The lengthening of this season invites us into reflection.
We light our chalice as we do each week to show us a path toward community and toward care. We light our chalice in faith, in hope, and in love. Come now, and let us worship together.
Good morning. Welcome to this Sunday service of the Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship here in Durham, North Carolina. My name is Reverend Daniel Trollinger, Executive Minister here. And whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever your race or gender identities, and whomever you love, and wherever you are on your spiritual journey and search for truth, meaning, and liberation, we welcome you here. If you are visiting us for the first or second time, please rise and body your spirit so we may give you a warm welcome. Thank you for choosing to spend your Sunday morning with us. If you're on the live stream, introduce yourself from the chat. If you're here in this room, we might need to scoot in a little bit in the aisles to make room for folks. John tells me the parking lot is quite full. Thank you all for being here today. If you have children or youth with you, they are invited to attend one of our religious exploration classes that occur in the building next door as the children are sung out after the time for all ages. After service, we invite you to Fellowship Hall for tabling and coffee. And I have a couple of quick announcements. There's a few action items in your e-news, if you didn't quite see them. One is there's a racial equity and inclusion survey. Please click on that, fill out that survey quickly to help that team. And believe it or not, this coming Thursday is Thanksgiving. There will be a Thanksgiving dinner here in the Fellowship Hall. If you're interested in attending, please sign up in the Fellowship Hall after the service so we know who's coming and who might be bringing some good dish to share. This morning, we welcome a special guest, the Reverend Dr. William Sinkford. It is our honor to host him here this weekend. Reverend Sinkford is a lifelong Unitarian Universalist and the first African American to serve as president of the Unitarian Universalist Association. That was from 2001 to 2009. After that time, in 2010, he was called a senior minister of the First Unitarian Church of Portland, Oregon, where he was named Minister Emeritus in 2022. Throughout his decades of ministry, Reverend Sinkford has been a prophetic voice for racial justice, inclusive language, and spiritual renewal. A gifted pastor, preacher, and institutional leader, he continues to inspire and guide new generations of Unitarian Universalists. Reverend Bill has served as a consultant to the board and ERUUF during Reverend Jacqueline's sabbatical, and joins us this morning as our guest preacher. Now would be a good time to silence any devices that you might have on your person. And let us center ourselves. Welcome the gifts of the day, and welcome our time for all ages.
You would hand that down. Good morning, good morning. I'm going to do two things at once here. Maggie, would you come up and light our lantern? As we begin our religious exploration, we share the chalice light. While our smallest and mediumest and tallest ones in the congregation come up, yes, always in your spot. It's so good to see you all today. Oh my gosh, can we scoot forward? Can you scoot toward me a little bit? Because I see some people still coming down these aisles. I want to make sure we got space for them. It is okay. I am noisy, but I do not bite, categorically. All right. Hello, hello. Good morning. How are you today? Quiet. Oh my goodness. That will not last for long. You might. Our story today has to do with some things that I did not know about until I read this book. Maybe some of you did, and I might find out about that soon. But it also has to do with reason, or the way we use our brains, and that using our brains to figure stuff out is a good thing. And also, sometimes we want to put it together with how we live in the world, how we connect with others. One might even say faith. One I might say spiritually. Some people do, some people don't. So this is a nice little book called Box of Texts. How many people have ever heard of a box of text? Anybody? Okay, one or two people? Okay. I had never heard of it. Have you heard of a box of text? I had never heard of one before. Meg was a box of text. She loved to make things out of boxes. I mean, it makes sense. It's in the name, right? I didn't know it, but I saw it and was like, oh, of course, that's what it is. She loved making tiny houses, tall towers, and twisty tunnels. And she made marvelous things no one had ever seen before. Meg was proud of her work. She could make boxes into anything. Meg's mother was proud too. She thought Meg was brilliant and creative. So Meg's mother sent Meg to maker school, where she could be even more brilliant and creative. How many people have heard of maker school? A few people? Okay. That's another thing I didn't know about. I had to learn about in this story. At maker school, and mind you, Meg's using a lot of reason to put together these boxes. She knows things. She knows how to put things together. Oh, excellent. So she knows how to assemble these things. It takes some thinking. It's not something I could do. I mean, I think, but not about that. At maker school, there were blanketeers. Blanketeers? What do you think those were? They make stuff out of blankets, yes. Spaghetti techs, tin foilers, and egg cartoniers. There were almost any kind of maker you could imagine. But Meg was the class's first boxitect, and that made her feel special. She was the only one. Oh, you okay? Oh, I see. Here, let me help you with that. Oh, yeah, that looks uncomfortable. Can you hold your breath real quick, okay? I'm going to help you with it.
It's okay.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to say, why don't you go check with Kathy? Oh, you got it. Great. Good job. Sorry, we got our finger caught in a name tag. It's life, y'all. Sometimes, and it takes community to sort that out sometimes. We can't always get our finger out of the name tag alone. That's real. At school, Meg learned all about boxitecture. She learned how to make her structures useful, strong, and beautiful. Meg loved everything about maker school. The end. You're right, there's an ellipses. It's not a period. You are correct. That is not the end. Because something happens. Until Simone showed up. Like Meg, Simone was new. She was also brilliant and creative. Worst of all, Simone was a boxitect too. Dun, dun, dun. And she was already making things Meg had never dreamed of. I would probably feel a little insecure if I was Meg. Even though Meg is brilliant and creative, I might feel insecure. In class, Simone would point out ways Meg could make her constructions a little straighter, more wind resistant, and less boring. So Meg told Simone she should build things that were less bumpy, sturdier, and much prettier. Yeah, there's a little conflict there. You know, they both have really good skills, and there's some conflict. On the last day of school, the class's annual maker match was held to see who could make the most amazing thing. There was just one rule: you had to work as a team. But Meg didn't want to work with anyone, and neither did Simone. I know, right? Is there anybody in this room who's ever been like, I don't know if I want to work with someone on this? Yeah, see, adults feel that way too sometimes. The Blanketeers built with blankets and pillows. The spaghetti techs built with pasta and glue. The bakeologist built with cake and frosting. It's totally on my mind right now because I really want cake. But the box-a-techs were not building at all. Do you know why?
No.
You know?
They didn't like.
Because they didn't like each other. What do you say?
Because they didn't want to work together.
Because they didn't want to work together, yeah?
Because they argued about who was prettier, who was best,
Mm.
who was the other.
They might have hated each other because they were arguing about whose was the best. Have you ever argued with somebody about something? All right. They were arguing. Yes, indeed. Thank you, book. I want to make a tree house, Meg said. No, I want to make a ship, Simone insisted. Meg... Oh, the page didn't turn yet. It'll get there. Here, I'll hold the book steadier in the meantime. They were arguing. I want to make a tree house, Meg said. There it went. No, I want to make a ship, Simone insisted. Meg drew a line down the center of a very large box. I'll take this half. You can have the other. Fine, said Simone. I've worked on some projects like that. Soon, Meg noticed that her treehouse wasn't as large as Simone's ship, so she made her side taller and more impressive. When Simone noticed that Meg's treehouse was taller than her ship, she made her side higher and more extraordinary. Uh-oh. It's a build-off. Slowly, Meg and Simone's creation grew bigger and bigger. They both built and built until there wasn't a single box left. And at last, they finished. What is it? Asked a classmate. I've never seen anything like it, said another. The teacher said, it looks like it might... Achoo! From the tiniest fly, crash. It wasn't the fly's fault. Sometimes you gotta sneeze. Your side was too wobbly, shouted Meg. Your side was too heavy, cried Simone. Oh dear, said the judge. The maker match was not over yet, though, but most of Meg and Simone's work was ruined. There was only a few parts left that could be saved. What do they gotta do?
Put it together.
Put it together, work together? Oh, no. Get to friends? No, ha ha ha. If we combine my treehouse with your ship, Meg started, we might be able to make one thing, finished Simone. The box-a-techs decided to call a truce so they could finish the match. Working as a team, Meg and Simone quickly joined the remaining pieces together until they had created something new. At the end of the maker match, the box-a-techs hadn't won first place. It happens. It is sixth place. But they had a different way of making brilliant and creative things. Working together. I know, right? A ship treehouse. And they each gained a new friend. And see what they're thinking already? What should we make next? How about a buoyant bungalow? Or a motorcycle mansion? So through that creativity, but also that reason and also that teamwork, coming together, giving each other a little more love, they found a new way of doing things. And now I'm going to call on Maggie, who's right here, to grab our lantern and lead us onward. And let her go ahead of you up this center aisle, and she's going to lead your way off to religious exploration, to continue religious exploration.
Peace, salam, shalom. 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 Please take a moment to turn and greet your neighbor, especially if your neighbor is someone you don't know.
It is good to be together in fellowship, isn't it? Please join me now in the spirit of meditation and prayer. Spirit of life, we gather today to pause in the midst of our daily routines to seek solace and support in turbulent times. Life can leave us feeling hungry for hope, and the swirl of news and noise all around us help us to once again find our center, the ground of our being, and remember the power of love to transform and heal. Let us come together this day in gratitude, celebrating the blessings of community that remind us when we are centered in love, we can truly live into our mission to transform lives, make a difference in the world. As a people who care for this world and for one another, we lift up our joys and concerns. We hold in our hearts all those impacted by the ongoing suppression of human rights by immigration enforcement entities. And we lift up the courageous work of individuals and organizations dedicated to supporting safety, equity, and justice for all. We hold in our hearts all those who may be experiencing illness or loss, who may have been forgotten, who are marginalized, and may have lost hope. May they know comfort, strength, and support. We hold in our hearts all children everywhere. May they know care and belonging. We hold in our hearts the heart and soul of the world during this season of uncertainty. May we find ways to come together with deeper understanding and put compassion into action. We also hold all of those joys, successes, and milestones celebrated in life at this time. With a spirit of gratitude, we welcome the gifts of this day and the joy of being in community. May we always offer to work for a place of belonging for all who come to feel a part of something greater. We lift up all of our prayers and blessings, and let us breathe in the silence together. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Our meditation hymn this morning is May I Be Light by Michael Slack. This is from our new online hymnal, and the lyrics are on the screen. May I be light in you. May you be light in me. Into our hearts, into our souls, let love abide. May I be love in you. May you be love in me. From this place out to the world for all time. May I be light in you. May you be light in me. Into our hearts, into our souls, let love abide. May I be love in you. May you be love in me. From this place out to the world for all time.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Bill Sinkford. My pronouns are he and him. And I'm so pleased to be here this morning, so pleased to have had the opportunity to meet with and support Reverend Daniel and Ann and the Board of Trustees while Reverend Jacqueline has been away on sabbatical. So pleased to be here, even in these troubled and troubling times. Perhaps especially in these troubled and troubling times when we look to the church community to comfort and to hold us. Yes, we do. But we also come to help us navigate the challenges that we face in this world where progress we counted on is being rolled back and where even safety is no longer guaranteed for so many of us, perhaps for most of us. How will you navigate this holiday season? How will you get to gratitude on Thursday? Or to the hope that the celebrations of light, of Diwali and Hanukkah, the solstice and Christmas, how will you find the hope that those celebrations of light promise in these longest of dark days? How will you hold your hearts open when so much is telling us to close our hearts down? How will we navigate when it feels like self-protection may be the very most we can hope for? Poet Rosemary Watola Tromar offers this. It's called In a Dangerous Time. I think of the bones of the unsung rib cage, the way they protect the heart. How bone, too, is living, how it constantly renews and remakes itself. I think of how ribs engage with other ribs to expand, to contract, and because they do their solid work, they allow the heart to float. This is what I want to do, to be a rib in this body of our country, to make a safe space for love. There is so much now that needs protection. I want to be that flexible, that committed to what's vital, that unwilling to yield. To be a rib in the body of our community, to make a space that's safe for love, a rib that protects those who need protection and the values that need protection too, reminding us of what is vital in these dangerous days. Our Unitarian and Universalist traditions have always asked us to have faith without certainty. When William Ellery Channing, whom we call the father or the parent of American Unitarianism, when Channing embraced the name Unitarian, rejected the miracle stories of the New Testament, no water into wine, no virgin birth, no actual resurrection. When Channing proclaimed that religion of reason, he asked that we give up promises of certainty and give up any belief in any divine guarantee of some salvation in the future. And instead, he told us to rely on ourselves, our own agency. That's the fancy theological term. To rely on ourselves to discern, to figure out how to live faithful lives in a world that does not offer any certainty and no guarantees. Now, the early Unitarians were quite privileged, and that privilege made that way of being religious easier for them, to be sure. It was easier for them to believe that they were actually in control. Channing's most famous sermon, after all, was likeness to God. There could have been a little arrogance in there, I'm not sure. Their privilege protected them, at least to a certain extent, from uncertainty. Our Universalist ancestors, on the other hand, from positions of considerably less privilege, had to rely on grace, in addition to their own agency, God's grace and God's love. There's an old joke that the Universalists believed that God was too good to damn them. The Unitarians believed they were too good to be damned by God. And whether you resonate more with the Unitarian or the Universalist taproots of our tradition, they both dealt with uncertainty in a world we did not create and in a world that we do not control. There's a reason that we call this faith. Now, faith is the belief in things unseen, things not present, or at least not present yet. And we claim no guarantee of outcome in this sanctuary. There's no guarantee for us that love will win in the end. We call this faith because we are called to act as if love were actually real and as if love were actually strong enough to win in the end. Called to embody love in our lives and by our living, bring the power of love into our world. This faith is not for the faint of heart any day, and perhaps especially not in these dangerous days. Now, it was easier to believe that love could win when we were winning. Many of us had convinced ourselves that we were making progress, that the beloved community was we were going to get there. We really were going to get there. Oh, it required real work, to be sure. We didn't deny that. And progress was so agonizingly slow, but marriage equality became the law of the land. And racial and cultural diversity was becoming more accepted as the way the world should be. DEI was accepted even by the corporate world. More issues of disability were being recognized. The reality of more of our lives was being recognized and affirmed. It felt like we were making progress toward that vision. And that progress helped sustain hope. It was no guarantee, but we seemed to have evidence that love might just be strong enough to win in the end. Enough evidence to keep us keeping on. What can we rely on now that progress is being rolled back? When trans folks have targets on their back, when survivors of abuse still have no apology, let alone any justice, when Charlotte is just the next city where masked government agents lurk in parking lots and on street corners, assaulting and detaining anyone whose skin is brown or black and whose English betrays any Spanish influence. I understand the assault on our multicultural vision and on our belief that real democracy might one day come. That assault has now come to Raleigh-Durham and come to Asheville just this week. I urge you to read Caleb's instructions if you see the assault happening or hear of it. There is a collective response that has been prepared and a hotline to call. Be clear on who to contact if the assault comes to this campus, which it may. Know your rights. The accountable organizing that is already in place is a great blessing. Remember the box of text of Jim's story? The act of working together, of being in relationship, of being in accountable relationship is the blessing that leads to creativity and to hope. What we need is a survival strategy for the truth of these days and a grounding that offers hope without promising success. Because we need to keep on keeping on right now, my friends. We need a theology that's deeper than the simple belief in our agency. Because, remember, we're universalists. The folks rolling back progress have agency too. Too much agency right now. What understanding of the world can sustain us? Have any of you heard of the butterfly effect? I bet some of you have. I see some heads, not a lot of hands raised. This is good. How the beating of a butterfly's wings in India could cause a tornado in Iowa. Now that's a pretty startling example that's often given. How could that be? A butterfly in India, the tornado in Iowa. The causation, the link, the impact of our actions is just not that direct, and we all understand that. The person who coined the phrase was Edward Lorenz, a scientist who was studying the weather. At the time, weather statisticians thought they could predict future weather based on looking at historical records to see what had happened when conditions were the same as they are now. But Lorenz was skeptical. He was doing some computer modeling when he discovered that rounding off just one of the many, many variables, not changing it, just rounding it off by one place, dramatically changed the 2 months of weather predictions in his simulation. Now, the butterfly effect is not about control or direct causation. That's not the way things work. Instead, its wisdom is that outcomes are determined by so many small individual acts by each and every one of us. Individual actions, little butterfly wings that we flutter, do not directly determine outcomes, but everything matters. Every decision that we make, every choice that we make, they all matter. We're not in control, but what we do has an impact. What we do matters. And in these dangerous days, that's a statement of faith if I've ever heard one. All right. I'm trapped by my papers here. I apologize. So what are we called to do as individuals? And what is this congregation called to do in this particular time? Will you all resist, when necessary, the assaults on human dignity and the absence of honesty in public life? Will you resist even when the chances for immediate change are slim? Because resistance will be necessary. Oh, yes, it will. But beyond resistance, what vision and what hope will call us forward? Because evil cannot be allowed to shape our vision of the good. Will we find a way to companion those most at risk? Our response cannot simply be to resist the losses and the betrayal of our values, to resist the wreckage. We were not living in the beloved community before last November, in case any of you missed that. We need not just a restoration of the progress we had made, but faith that love is not yet done with us. Can we, with intention, be part of the ribs of the world that allow love to live and ultimately to win? The heart of the question for us all is what is most important? What is central? What must be defended so that love has a chance to survive? That's the question. Where must we focus to allow love to prevail? I turn to the words of poet Ross Gay again and again. He writes, "Studying how we care and are cared for, how we tend and are tended to, how we give and are given, that is the necessary work. Witnessing to how we are loved and how we love, that makes the world. But the truth is that we are mostly too acquainted with the opposite, with the wreckage. It commands our attention, and for good reason. We have to survive it. But even if we need to understand the wreckage to survive it, the wreckage need not be the primary object of our study. The survival need be. The reaching and holding need be. The here, have this need be. The come in, you can stay here need be. The let's share it all need be. The love need be. The care need be. How we need be too, he goes on. Our radiant need, our need absolute need be. Our connection and our love need be. Now there are some signs of change, of success in the recent elections, in the power of the No Kings protest. For any of you out there in this community? There you go, there you go. In the voices of victims, and in the accountable organizing that's going on right now, there are signs of possible success. But we cannot rely only on success to sustain us. We need the experience of a different way. We need at least glimpses of what can be. It is so important to be not only a community of resistance, but a community that is living into its promise of holding love at the center. As Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker phrased it, in the midst of a world marked by both tragedy and beauty, there must be those who bear witness against the destruction, and who, with faith, rise and lead in freedom, with grace and with power. There must be those who are restless for respectful and loving companionship among human persons, whose presence invites people to be themselves without fear. There must be those who follow the simple path of love for neighbor. And there must be communities of people who seek to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with God. Communities to heal, to transform, and to bless life. There must be religious witness, she concludes. We have a role to play. And it is a critical role because there must be religious witness. We need to protest and resist and advocate. Yes, we need to do all of that. But just as important, or even more important, we need to keep on keeping on, building our communities up, working to make this community worthy of being called beloved. Faith is the belief in things unseen. Unseen, but we can catch glimpses of a different future, glimpses of a possible future that can still be ours. We do not promise that the kingdom will come, but it is our faith that the kingdom can come, may already be coming within us. That's what that dusty, itinerant Jewish rabble-rouser was saying when he preached that the kingdom could already be here. The beloved community is a choice we can make. The beloved community is still a possible dream for us. And we can believe that because we catch glimpses of it right here and right now. We do not need only to focus on the wreckage, nor make repair or just a return to the pre-wreckage days our goal. The wreckage need not be the primary focus of our attention. Our connection, our need for one another, the hope glimpsed in our sharing, our welcome and our love, and our gratitude for one another, each and every one of us, as we gather around dining tables this Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. That gratitude, that focus, and that hope, writes Roske, that is where we need to focus. And these people, you all, us, this is with whom we need to do that work. May you take this community seriously enough to hold not only your fears, but also your hopes. May this community be some of the living ribs of the world that allow love to live, because that's a vision worth working for. And that is the leap of faith that we need to take today. Ashe and amen.
We weave the fabric of beloved community when we draw our circle ever wider and cultivate hearts of generosity as practice. Our collection this morning goes to for Justice Giving goes to the immigration rights group Christosol to support their dedicated efforts in defending human rights and promoting the democratic rule of law in Central America. As the greeters come forward, if you have something tangible, place it in the pouch, or you can point your device to the QR code and go to the giving portal. Thank you. We give thanks for the many gifts that support the building, the sustaining of this beloved community, especially the gift of music, the gift of wisdom, and the gift of your presence. Wendy will now lead us in our closing hymn.
Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing We Give Thanks. It's in number 1010 in the teal hymnal. Lyrics are on the screen. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for God is and the small way, for this time we share with love and care.
love the band. Our closing words come from Sangita Bhagwat. Our job is to remember wholeness, whether it be one at a time or together. It's all the same eventually, for all roads lead home, whether I keep the loving attention on the light within you, us, or me. Mindfully walking any of these paths can set us both free. Go in peace. Go in love.